In this video, we're going to take a look at the widget blocks that are available in WordPress by default. Now, you'll recall that we talked about widgets in an earlier video. Widgets are small blocks of content that you place into the sidebar or footer of your site. But there are also a handful of widgets that you can embed on any page or post using these blocks. For example, the archive block displays links to view a monthly archive of your posts. In the archive settings, you can display the archive links as a drop-down list and choose to show the number of posts that were published in each month. The Categories widget displays links to view an archive page containing all the posts published in that category. And in the Settings panel, you can display the categories as a drop-down list, show the hierarchy of nested or parent categories, and choose whether or not to show the number of posts that have been published in each category. The Latest Comments block displays a list of your most recent comments, and you can choose to hide or display the avatar or the profile picture for each commenter, hide or show the date the comment was posted, and choose whether or not to display the excerpt of the comment text. And finally, use the slider to determine the number of comments you'd like to show in this block. In the Formatting toolbar, you can not only align this block to the left, center, or right, but you can also choose between wide and full widths. Latest Posts does exactly what its name implies. This block displays a list of your most recent blog posts. In the settings, you can change the order in which the posts are displayed, or limit the list to just show the posts from a single category if you want. You can use the slider to determine the number of posts you'd like to show in this block. And finally, choose whether or not to display the date each post was published. Now, in addition to the alignment and width options, you can also choose whether to display the posts in a list, as shown here, or as a grid, which looks even better. And finally, some plugins and themes still make use of shortcodes to display certain types of content. These are really just little text shortcuts for embedding files or creating objects that would normally require lots of complicated code. These days, it's more likely you'll be using a block to create these kinds of content. But if you need to use a shortcode, you'll find this block really helpful, even though there's not much to it. Just type the shortcode as it was provided to you by your documentation. And then, on the public view of your site, you'll find that the shortcode block has been replaced by the actual object defined by the shortcode. So that's a really quick tour of all the widget blocks, and by now, you should be fairly comfortable, or at least familiar with the default blocks included in WordPress. So now it's your turn. Why not take a few minutes to play with some of the blocks you've seen in these videos, and see what you're able to build with the new block editor in WordPress.